Hi students, this is Viswanath, chemistry faculty for NEET and IIT exams. Last class we started numericals related to combined laws of Boyle's law and Charles' law. See the next one. A volume of 90 ml, 95 ml N2O at 25 degrees Celsius is collected in a graduated tube over mercury. The level of the mercury inside the tube being 60 millimeter above the outside mercury level when barometer reads 750 millimeter. Calculate the volume of the same mass of gas at STP. And second bit is, what volume would the same mass of gas occupy at 40 degrees Celsius when the barometric pressure is 745 mm and the level of Hg inside the tube 25 mm below the outside level. Okay, see the first one. Calculate the volume of the same mass of gas at STP. Here given volume V1 equal to 95 ml in liters, 0.095 liters, temperature T1 equal to 300 Kelvin and pressure P1. See carefully, outside mercury level is 750 and inside mercury barometer reading is 750 mm, whereas inside the graduated tube mercury level is 60 mm. This 60 mm is higher than this one, that's why we have to subtract, then we can get 690 mm in atmosphere. 690 divided by 760 atmosphere. First question, at STP we should find the volume of the gas. STP means temperature 273 Kelvin, pressure 760 mm or 1 atmosphere. V2 we should find out. So from this V2 equal to, what is the suitable formula? P1 V1 by T1 equal to P2 V2 by T2. So V2 we need, then formula is P1 V1 by T1 into T2 by P2. Substitute all the values, then we can get V2, that is 78.4 ml. Next, second bit, same mass of gas at another temperature 40 degrees Celsius, barometric pressure is 745 mm and the level of mercury inside the tube is 25 mm below the outside level. In this case we have to add this one. So inside the mercury tube level is below the outside, means we have to add this one, 745 plus 25, that equal to 770 mm. In atmosphere, 770 divided by 760 atmosphere. Temperature T2 equal to 40 degrees Celsius. Kelvin scale 313 Kelvin. So V2 we should find out. Here also same, P1 V1 by T1 equal to P2 V2 by T2. V2 we should find out. Substitute remaining values, then we can get V2, 88.8 ml. Okay, simple questions. Understand carefully and practice well. Next question. Starting out on a trip into the mountains, you inflate the tires on your automobile to a recommended pressure of 3.21 into 10 power 5 pascals. On a day when the temperature is -5 degrees Celsius, you drive to the beach where the temperature is 28 degrees Celsius. Assume that the volume of the tire has increased by 3%. What is the final pressure in the tires? So initial pressure, temperature is given, final temperature is given, final pressure we should find out, but related to volume they mentioned a condition, 3% volume is increased. Okay, see the answer. Initial pressure Pi equal to 3.21 into 10 power 5 pascals. Initial temperature Ti equal to -5 degrees Celsius. In Kelvin scale 268 Kelvin. Let Vi be the initial volume. Final pressure Pf we should find out. Tf, final temperature 28 degrees Celsius, Kelvin scale 301 Kelvin. Here, volume of the tire has increased by 3%. That means final volume Vf equal to Vi plus 3% of Vi. Students, you should understand this point very clearly. Otherwise, we cannot get the answer. Final volume equal to initial volume plus 3% of initial volume. So Vi plus 3% means how much? 3 by 100 into Vi. Take Vi as common, then we can get 1 plus 3 by 100. From this, we can get final volume Vf equal to Vi into 103 divided by 100, that equal to 1.03 into Vi. So now we want Pf. Write Pf on one side, remaining terms on the other side. Substitute the values Pi, Vi, Ti, Tf, Vf. So by doing calculation, we can get final pressure equal to 3.50 into 10 power 5 pascals. Okay. Here pressure volume term we should understand carefully. Volume of the tire has increased by 3% means if we consider this one, then only we can get correct answer. Okay. Next, another gas law, Gay-Lussac's law. It gives pressure temperature relationship. Gay-Lussac's law. This law was proposed by scientist Gay-Lussac. So see the statement. At constant volume, pressure of a fixed amount of a gas varies directly with the absolute temperature. At constant volume, pressure of a fixed amount of gas varies directly with absolute temperature. So pressure increases, temperature increases, or temperature increases, pressure also increases. So P is directly proportional to temperature. Pressure P equal to constant into T. P by T equal to K. So general formula P1 by T1 equal to P2 by T2. So related to this, see the graph. Pressure is taken on y-axis, temperature in Kelvin scale is taken on x-axis, then we can get a straight line passing through the origin. At different volumes, it is at constant volume V1, constant volume V2, constant volume V3. Pressure versus temperature in Kelvin. Graph at constant molar volume is shown here, this one. Each line of this graph is called an isochore. This is one isochore, another one, because each curve is drawn at constant volume, so these are called isochore. Remember these points. In case of Boyle's law, temperature is constant, so those are called isotherms. In case of Charles' law, pressure is constant. The graph is called, curves are called isobars. In case of Gay-Lussac's law, volume is constant. These graphs are called isochore. Isotherm, isobar, isochore. Next, another type of graph is also possible for this Gay-Lussac's law. Same what we learned in the Charles' law. For every 1 degree rise or fall in temperature, volume also increased or decreased by 1 by 273.15 of the original volume at 0 degrees Celsius. Here also, for every 1 degree rise or fall in temperature, the pressure increases or decreases by 1 by 273.15 of the its original pressure at 0 degrees Celsius. So if we extend pressure taken on y-axis, temperature in degrees Celsius taken on x-axis, at different pressures, at the constant pressure V1 we can get this curve, V2 we can get this curve, at V3 we can get this curve. Okay, these curves if we extend, then they touch temperature axis at the point minus 273.15 degrees Celsius. That means at this temperature the pressure of the gas becomes 0. This is the lowest temperature at which gas cannot exert any pressure. So this graph is also similar to Charles' law graph. Okay. Next, see the numericals related to this. An iron cylinder contains helium at a pressure of 250 kilopascals and 300 Kelvin. The cylinder can withstand a pressure of 1 into 10 power 6 pascals. The room in which cylinder is placed catches fire. Predict whether the cylinder will blow up before it melts or not. Melting point of cylinder is 1800 Kelvin. Okay. Given pressure P1 equal to 250 kilopascal, convert this into pascal, then 250 into 10 power 3 pascals. Initial temperature T1 300 Kelvin, final pressure 1 into 10 power 6 pascals. T2 we should find out. Here volume of the cylinder remains constant. So what is the suitable formula? P1 by T1 equal to P2 by T2. We want T2, substitute remaining values, then we can get this one. T2 equal to 1200 Kelvin. Therefore, the cylinder will blow up at 1200 Kelvin before it's melting. Melting point is 1800 Kelvin, but when temperature reaches to 1200 Kelvin, it will burst. Okay, so we'll meet you in the next class.